Hello, this is Edmondson. We get ready to get the candidate season started up. We got elections coming up in November. Well, I'm back with Earn My Vote, Part 2, second season. Today I had Jarrod Skinner, who's running for municipal court. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Good to see you, man.
Good, man. Good, man. So you're running for municipal court. So tell us a little bit about you, man. You know, your family and all those type of things.
Well, I'm originally from the Bronx, New York. Lived
New York City?
New York City,
Okay.
South Bronx. Grew up around the projects, Morrisania Projects, about a mile east of Yankee Stadium. Raised by my single mother, the youngest to go to. I'm the youngest of three. First to go to college, first to go to law school. I left New York, 1996. I moved to Bedford, Ohio. Lived there for a year. I graduated high school from there. Went to left Bedford, went to Ohio State. Got my undergrad degree in communications with a minor in criminology. Then went to Capital Law School, graduated there. And, I've been a prosecutor for over 10 years. Prior to me being a prosecutor, I was a staff attorney for a judge. I worked my way to come to Columbus.
Right. So tell me, municipal court. So, what type of individuals are you dealing with in municipal court?
You know what? It really is the people's court.
Okay.
I mean, the folks you deal with down there.
You ain't gonna be like Judge Joe Brown or nobody like that, are you?
Nah, I don't think I got a personality, but I don't think it's gonna be like that. I mean, anybody can end up in muni court. I mean, it really is. I mean, if you get a speed ticket, or you get a red light violation, you get your jaywalking, you can come down to muni court and fight the ticket. If you feel like you need to. If you get caught driving without a license, that's where you go.
Okay.
DUIs, OVIs, that's where you go.
Right.
You get the more serious violent offenders, like domestic violence, assaults, aggravated menacings. We can even get some vehiculars down there. If someone, let's just say you and I, anyone gets into a minor traffic accident and a person unfortunately loses their life, they can be charged with a vehicular, and that comes down to me.
Okay.
So I never with everything.
Right. I never thought about all the details of a municipal court. So, what made you decide municipal court without those hard ones that put people away, or even working with the juveniles? So, what made you choose municipal court?
It was a job. Real talk. As I stated earlier, I was a staff attorney for a judge, a common pleas judge. She actually was appointed in maybe May of 2006. I worked with her. She unfortunately lost at her election, and I was in the process of trying to find a job. A friend of mine's worked at the prosecutor's office and said, "Hey, we might have a couple positions open." So I went there. I called up the office and got the job. And I think it works out for me because personally, I mean, I like being in court. I like dealing with folks. I like dealing with people. So I think I'm better suited at being in the middle of everything versus being a staff attorney.
Right. So say for instance, you get in this, you win the race, you become the next municipal court judge. So what kind of things can you help our community with?
I mean, I think I think I have the perfect blend of being a judge. I mean, as I stated earlier, I'm from the South Bronx. Okay, I mean, I understand what it's like growing up. Worrying about what you're going to eat. I understand the struggles of being poor. I understand all that. I was raised in that type of environment. But then you also got the other hand. I've been a prosecutor for 10 years, so that kind of gives me that sense of accountability. I think what my background and my professionalism. I think it gives me a unique qualification where I understand that you or anyone comes before me. Sometimes you're more than just a case number. You need somebody who can understand. Somebody might need a break. Somebody might also need to be held accountable. So I think I got that perfect blend where you're let's say you're caught up in a situation where you can't get a valid license. BMV, you get those fines. You get those fines. They start racking up. You can't get a license, but you gotta go to work. You gotta have somebody who understands. That could be why that person is there. But then on the other hand, you got somebody who may have a problem with alcohol. You may have a problem with control, anger issues. So you need to be able to have that prosecutorial mindset to also keep the community safe. So I think I have that perfect blend, and I think I'll be the perfect. I think if I had the honor of being the judge, I think I'd be well suited for that position.
Okay, because when I think about community stuff and asking you, to come, what can you do to help the community? Because, I'm all about education.
Mm-hmm.
And how can you educate folks about how to avoid these type of situations with our young people or even people that live right here in the neighborhood? And to see judges come to the neighborhood or prosecutors come to the neighborhood to talk to our young people is very important to me, because we have to let them see that there's something outside of being a rapper or some other stuff. Going to the NBA. We need to see them that we need them in our courts. We need them as judges, and we also need them, just being involved in the system, because at an alarming rate, our young people are going into prison faster than we know. They're going to start building more prisons. So, and if they're privatizing them now, who do you think the prisons are for?
Right.
So I'm always proactive in making sure that we have good representation down there, so we can avoid all these type of situations, and also working with our young people to let them know, like, hey, if you caught standing there or you're loitering or certain these different things can happen to you, and you can end up down in my court.
You can,
but I don't want you here.
Right.
Believe me.
Right.
But we need, if you're elected, you to come back down to this neighborhood and throughout neighborhoods to help our young people.
And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with doing that now as a prosecutor. I mean, I'm already a public official.
Right.
So, I work for the public.
Right.
So I have no problem coming down talking to people. I have no problem. How I met you. Just came up in your office and said, hey, I need to sit down and chat with you, and you offered me this opportunity to come speak with your people.
Right.
So I'm fine with doing that now, and I'm fine with doing that if I have the honor of becoming the judge.
Okay, great, man. Hey, man, welcome back.
Thank you.
Hopefully see you back. Feel free to stop back by as things get closer to the election. We can have another conversation.
Definitely.
You can talk to us about what you got going on and what you're doing, where you're going to be at.
Right.
All right, cool. All right. This is Al Edmondson. We'll earn my vote. I got my man, Jarrod Skinner, running for Municipal Court.
Thank you.
2017 election coming up, November. Get out and vote. Peace.
That's what's up.